When instead, if you can create experiences that foster the ability of the parent to teach the child. People who design museums know all about this, because they know they'll come up to an exhibit and the kid's like, what's that? And the parent has no idea, but they want to answer the question. So they put at parent eye level enough text that the parent could be like, oh, well, actually, that's a kind of amphibian known as a salamander. And, and they can talk about it as if they knew, right? Because they want to be in that place. You can create experiences that give them that opportunity. So part of it is you want to create opportunities where the parents can teach. And it doesn't have to be something very, crazy pedagogical. It could be something as simple as jokes. One of the things we did in Toontown was the enemies. We made them these office robots, and we used all this office humor to kind of to theme them. So we have guys like the headhunter is an enemy, and the ambulance chaser, characters like that. And the kids have no idea, ambulance chaser, kind of what that means or why that's funny. But the adults get it. But the kids are aspirational. They want to get the joke, and so they want to know it, and the parent wants to teach. And so it often creates these conversations between the kids, and the kids come away feeling like they've been led into the adult world, and the parents feel like they've done something, they've explained something, and there's a connection, and it's nice. So if you create games where kids are in a situation over their heads, but the parents can help with it, that's good for everybody. And you want to create opportunities where kids can show what they've learned too, because they're very proud to do that, and parents are always pleased to see when a child's learned something. So this is an example from the Sum of All Thrills attraction at Disney's Epcot Center, which is an experience where kids families get to go and design their own roller coaster, and then they get into a giant 40-foot-long robot arm motion simulator that picks you up, and you actually get to experience the coaster you've designed. And the experience could have been made very at very low level, so anybody could just so that you're just connecting shapes. But the designers put in a lot of equations and things that don't need to be there. You don't need them for the experience. But what happens is it fosters this situation where you got some kid in junior high who's taking an early physics class or something. They're like, oh, 1/2 mv squared. I know this. This is all about kinetic energy. And it kind of fosters this conversation, which is nice. This was an experience we worked on at Carnegie Mellon University. This was kind of an early version of it, called Electric Racer for PBS, for Sesame Workshop, for the electric company Schell. And it uses Unity. And the idea was to create a game where that kids and parents would need to play together that was about reading, because studies have shown that kids reading alone learn less well than when the parents are there with them. And presumably this is because when they hit a hard word or something they don't understand, they can have a conversation with the parent and the kids learn better. So the thought was, can you create a game about reading where the kids and parents play together? And the way we did it was we created a situation, again, of being in over your head. So it's a simple racing game. You're just driving a car, but you have a goal, and your goal in this case is that you want to run over the words that have a soft G, so a J sound as opposed to a G sound. So in this case, game should be avoided, and cage is the word that you'd want to go after. And so, okay, that's the goal. So the kid does that, but then once they do that, the letters from the word go flying onto your dashboard, and then you have to unscramble them. So in this case, we have on the dashboard the letters from game, but the kid is still driving. The parent's job is to unscramble them. Now, it seems really simple to unscramble a word that you just saw, but the problem is, if you're unscrambling, that's fine for the first one, but on the second one, you're unscrambling, and the kid just ran over another one, and then now that one's stacked up to come in. And the only way you can kind of get through this is for the parent to be like, wait, what word was that? Which word did you just hit? And the kids, we never tell them this, but the kids quickly figure out the strategy is read the words out loud when you go for them. And then, so you get a thing where the kid is reading the words out loud to the parent, and the parent is there working to unscramble them. And we're very pleased with how it came out. You can see it on the electric company website. So, tip 5 is co-opt existing roles for quick immersion. Families have pre-existing roles. Games need people to take roles, someone's going to be, the captain or the gunner or whatever. Families already have roles. So this was an example from the Pirates of the Caribbean cave experience at Disney Quest. It's for 4 people. 3 of them run around at the cannons in the front, and they're kind of fighting against these pirates. And 1 person needs to be at the helm, steering the ship. And one thing we found was the kids would run to the front. Dad would then go to the front, acting all casual. I'm just going to go to the front with these cannons here, I guess. And Mom would hang in the back with steering the ship. Generally, this was generally what would happen. And this worked out really, really well. Because first of all, Mom is used to driving these jerks around all the time. She does this, 7 days a week, so she's used to that. Secondly, the captain of the ship is in a really good position. They can see more than everybody else. They can give orders to people. Hey, there's a ship on the right side. Everybody get over there. Or hey, let her have a turn, right? And everybody's used to taking orders from Mom. Everybody. And so this is a 5-minute experience, and we would find that the existing family roles would come in, and boom, within 30 seconds, everyone kind of had their position and had their place, and they were using the existing family dynamic to work well within the game. And so that can be a nice way if you want quick immersion. Another interesting example, webkins. So one of the challenges of kind of going into this new digital age is the fact that you got this new thing. It's like, how does it work? Do I got to buy stuff online, or what do I do? And we have found this to be a big challenge, getting parents to pay for subscription games online. But webkins was a whole different thing. Like, parents already have a role as, I am stuffed animal provider. That's what I do. I go to the store, buy a stuffed animal, I bring it home. And webkins is like, that's all you have to do if you want to be on this world. Buy one of our stuffed animals. And the parents are like, yep, that's a role I know. Here I am, here's the stuffed animal. Kid, you figure it out on the computer from here, right? And so that was a way to kind of get, that I think part of the reason it succeeded. Now, on the flip side of that, reversing roles can be really, really delightful. It's something that everybody can enjoy. And I think the reason for that is everybody wants a break from the parent-child relationship. The parent-child relationship is stressful. It's stressful for the parents, it's stressful for the children. Every once in a while to kind of flip it around, and it's like, okay, kid, you're in charge, and I'm going to be the one who's being all playful. It's a fun thing to play at, and it's a thing parents and kids love to do. You see it at the theme parks all the time. The kids are in charge. Where's where we're going to go next, right? And the kids make decisions, and the parents are like, whatever, we're on vacation, I don't care, sure, whatever. And you see parents do this, at home all the time. There's all, the kid will be the teacher, and the parent will pretend to be the student, and all these sorts of things. So that can be really fun, and if you build that into your game, it can be fun. And similarly with reversing roles, all parents eventually have some experience where the child is able to surpass their skill at something. It might be the moment when a kid first beats dad at chess, and it's a landmark moment, it's an exciting moment. And the ability to kind of practice and prepare for these moments and give kids a way to aspire to them is another part of kind of reversing roles. So gender issues are also very important. And we talk about this all the time, the difference between the way boys play and girls play, and that there are some differences and there are some similarities. But we seldom talk about them within the family, because it's complicated, gender issues within the family. It's not just male and female. It's this complicated situation because the way mom kind of relates to dad is very different from like dad's point of view about how dad relates to mom. And how a brother wants to play with a sister is very different from how a sister might want to play with a brother.